Hello everybody and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here for another episode of Atari Twilight. This one is called Rock Me Amadeus, and I'm sure that Greg's going to do his best to rock us. That being said, let's jump right into our introductions, and we will start with the Anonymous Rhinoceros. Mike, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
So I'm Mike, the Anonymous Rhino. You can find me on Twitter at BaloneySlap. I'm playing George Butts, the handsomest, most charming boy in the lands.
What lands? Like an imaginary land?
Nope, it's real.
All right. Let's jump right over to the handsomest boy in real life. KW Frags, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
Yeah, KW Frags here, Discord, Twitter, Twitch. And I'm playing Rob Ott. He's a weird boy. He wants to lead, but is he built to lead? Tune in. Find out.
Is he built? Possibly. Let's jump over to the wonderful Metamancer. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
Hi guys, I'm Metamancer, the disembodied voice that you're listening to right this very second. I'm playing Shannon Locke, spunky teenager that takes nobody's crap, especially not this group. You guys can find me on twitch.tv/Metamancer and on Twitter at the Metamancer.
Fantastic. Let's jump right over to the now fully bearded Mr. Bitters. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And who are you playing today?
I'm Mr. Bitters. You can find me here. I'm supposed to moderate and stuff, but you guys have seen the community. I played Jerry Baker. He's an asshole with a heart. Yeah.
Perfect. And here to tear that heart out and the hearts of the rest of us, Greg, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And tell us about Atari Twilight.
I am Greg Grimjack21502 on the Twitches and the Twitters, and we are here playing a little bit of Free League's Tales from the Loop, a story about the 80s that never was, and specifically the 1987 that never was, here in the wonderful made-up world of Garrett, Maryland. We have our kids. We now have several episodes as we've broken into the double-digit mark here with Rock Me Amadeus. We are on the downhill slide for season 1. We have this and 2 additional episodes left. As soon as we, I think some things may be revealed this episode. I don't want to promise too much. As Mr. Bitter said, you've seen the community, so we're not sure exactly how far we're going to get before we talk about things, listen to music, drink a bunch. But anyway, I'm here. I'm ready to do a little bit of 1987 lore, fighting, all that good stuff, and watch you guys interact with some of the greatest characters I've ever been a part of. So, without further ado, Mike, do we have anything else to say, or is this the time to take it away?
we have one last thing, guys. If you could check out our sponsor. We're sponsored by the Dice of Berlin. They're a full set of polyhedral dice featuring optimized quantities for D&D 5e. They are great for the beginner nerd. They are great for the old nerd. They are great for stocking stuffers because, in fact, Christmas is right around the corner. Also, if you want to take part in helping get these beautiful faces before you paid on this show, go check out our Patreon. That's our entire goal there, is to get the people who help us create content some cash back in their pockets. And with that, Greg, take us into the 80s that never was.
Okay, so as we always do, and we have to go back before we go forward, and in this respect, we have to go back before we can go back to 1987. And the only way to really do that, ladies and gentlemen, the only way to really go back to the 80s that never was, is to experience the music that most assuredly did. So, with the current playlist fired up from Spotify, or if you just want to go on YouTube and call up a little Terrence Trent D'Arby's Wishing Well, as we get ready to go into episode 10 of Atari Twilight. And let's see, take it away, Terrence. There we go. When last we met the kids, they were able to, I don't know, conscript a new soldier seems way too easy for what the inclusion of Shannon Locke has meant for the group. She has fired in a sense of purpose that perhaps was not lost on the others as much as it was a redirection. Shannon is geared in and laser focused into finding the friends that she lost way back in episode 1. And with that revelation and with that drive, other things have been uncovered. And while we have so much to get to, my only suggestion is go back and watch the episodes prior to this, as the secrets of Garrett, Maryland, and more specifically, the loop that encircles, powers, and provides an income for the families and parents of Garrett, Maryland, seems to be the source of a lot of these questions. And so at the end of our last episode, the revelation was as follows. George Butts' mom had been taken to the hospital where she had been ingesting massive amounts of grass, and not the good kind, the decidedly ornamental kind that you find in the front of northeastern lawns. And as she was brought in there, suffering from other effects, it was impossible for the group to see her without encountering some of what they have come to term Decepticons, these humans in disguise, these creatures that have some type of ulterior motive for the world of Garrett, Maryland. And with whispers and secrets and questions and puzzle pieces given by numerous sources, including their comatose friend, Ben McKenzie, they were finally able to put it all together with a little help from Teletran 2, their formerly dormant grav truck. And inside the truck, they were made privy to a specific location about 18 to 20 miles north of Garrett, close to the outer ring of the great ARC facility, the loop, the electromagnetic place in this region. And it was at that place that they not only saw the construction vehicles that had been plaguing them, they saw Mitch's trailer, they saw Ben McKenzie's trailer, homes removed from the Tradewinds trailer park, and they saw exactly where it was. And as Teletran 2 gave them this wire green screen image of this Gannon facility, this place that promised some type of neural network, they were given more information, because it seems this camera that they were given clairvoyance to has been running for quite some time. And so as we drill back down through the clouds of a now decidedly colder Garrett, Maryland, as November is beginning to give away into December, we go again to Teletran 2, the Falcon, Astro Train, the former grav truck, home and headquarters of the kids that you see before you. I would like to know what you guys would like to do, because you have identified the facility known as Gannon. You have identified the Constructicons, potentially, that are guarding the facility. You have identified the trailers that belong to the McKenzie family and to Mitch's family and the Tradewinds trailer park. And you also have about 6 months worth of spooled green wire footage that you're able to look at this facility at any point you would like. I'm going to give you guys a fun little exercise. There is a contingency clock in place. The longer it takes you to act in a non-beneficial to certain NPCs, I will do things to them. Perhaps bad things. We'll see.
I don't like what you're saying right now.
You guys know where it is. You guys know where it is. You guys have, I will give you this. Your current list of NPCs that are active, sort of, and able to help you are as follows. I wrote these down for me too. We have Gary and Maggie at the Paperback Exchange, Miss Maggie. We also have Mr. Derry, who is the science teacher at the Edgar Allan Poe Middle School. We have Sarge, who was a friend more to Ben McKenzie, but he is the former World War II vet who lives right outside of the Maplehurst Mall. We have Van Halen, the cryptic figure that used to live in the woods. We also have Police Chief Simmons, who Shannon seems to have at least earned a bit of trust from, or earned a bit of empathy. We also have Chris, who appeared briefly as the one surviving yet silent member of the group that was lost from the bullies in the first episode. We have old Jeff, good old Jeff, the neighbor in the Trade Winds Trailer Park. You guys thought he was an asshole, but old Jeff, he came through in the end with, sincerity and bits of information that you desperately needed. And
Yeah, I owe him some fries.
Jeff was my favorite part of this episode.
And you also have the Predator, who or whatever that may be. So you guys have a location where, at the very least, something is being held that belongs to you all, your homes, in Mitch and Ben's case. You have months worth of footage to view this site, and you have several NPCs. Thus begins the countdown clock for the end of this season, my friends. You have the weapons. Tell me how you'd like to use them.
I was muted. Are we picking up right where we left off at the end of last episode?
Nope, you guys, we're going to give it a couple days here. So we're going to be about mid-November, right around, let's go with Veterans Day, with November 11th, as you all are coming to grips with what you've learned, both about the reactivation of Teletran 2, or the grav truck that's around you. The heat is now working. You can't drive it anywhere, but because it's still surrounded by these other kind of bundled trucks to it, but it's fully functional. Whatever you did, provided with the Grimlock collective, the package that you received, the How to Make Cybertron, seems to have not only worked to get it to that point, but now it seems to be evolving? Question mark.
Okay.
There seems to be new circuitry every day on the inside of this thing. All of it benign, that you can tell, but in fact, you've come in just recently, and where before was just sleeping bags and kind of places of demarcation for where you all kind of sleep, there are now what appears to be shelves of bunk beds growing out of the side in circuitry format. It seems to be preparing for you all.
Okay. So
Yes, and I just saw the November 20th, so let's go 12/3. We'll make it
today's date.
I don't know
Today?
where that number came from. Oh wait, that's today. Yeah. We'll make it 12/3/1987.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, Mitch is... So, I guess that's my question. Has Mitch seen this shit growing out of the walls? Like, has he seen it grow out of the walls? Or is it just like any time he's not around, it just gets bigger? Because he literally doesn't have a home now.
It doesn't seem to do anything while you watch. It's almost like the frog from Warner Brothers. It only sings when no one's around.
Shit. Okay.
Now, if it does something whenever it's not in line of sight, you're not sure, but you never actually witness anything going on. You can't sit there and look at it, but as soon as you turn away and look back, there's, 3 inches of shelf or something.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I guess Mitch would be in here attempting to figure out what the fuck is happening with this truck. That's where he's probably spending most of his time as both a command center and now his home. But I'd love to see what everyone else is doing. Everyone else.
Sorry, I had hiccups. So basically, we need to find Ganon, right?
We know where it is. You just have to go there.
Okay, and we have all this footage, right?
Mm-hmm.
That seems like we watched that footage, right?
Do we have, Greg, do we have the means? I mean, I guess, you know what? George Butts has the means. He's got a camcorder. Do we need a camcorder or anything to view the footage?
I thought we had a screen already.
Yep, you have a screen that seems to have been repaired from the inside of the truck. It's giving you a weird, almost Tron, Escape from New York, green wire, like Aliens, green wire type of 3D rendering. It's not like a video as much as it is like very, very early 3D modeling. But it's so vivid you can make out just about anything. But it has a very odd, almost Matrix type quality to it.
Interesting. And when did this pop up, or did it pop up last session?
In the last session, it popped up and revealed to you for the first time the site known that you guys are calling the Ganon site. Right. It gave you showed the construction vehicles, the trailers. It just kind of gives you a wide angle of this entire site. You've been made aware of the longitude and latitude, which places it about 18 to 20 miles north of Garrett. You know where it is. It seems to be important. And if you guys are going to begin to go through and check and see, like review the tapes or the footage, I need to know who's doing it.
I think Mitch would not. I mean, I feel like he would, but I feel like he has another important mission, and he wants to go. I want Mitch to go see Mr. Derry.
Yeah, I think George would do the footage.
Okay. George, if you would for me, go ahead and roll me a, let's see, I'm not going to give you any type of tech one on this one. This is just you looking at everything. So go ahead and just do me an investigate as you kind of pour over this stuff.
My favorite. George's track record always fails the investigations.
Okay, you're able to go through, and what we're going to say is, because this is more of a role usually is dictated by something that needs to be done quickly. So a successful role means you get to do it quickly, because normally it's something that's being asked of you in the heat of the moment. But in this case, as George is kind of taking his time with this, he doesn't catch these things quickly. But the longer that you put into this, the more information you're going to be able to glean. I'll ask this question to kind of start us off. Do you go back to the beginning of the tapes and start from there? Or are you trying to kind of work backwards? Like, okay, I'm back a day from when I first looked at it, 2 days from when I first looked at it.
The latter. He would definitely go backwards because there might be something pertinent. So if he went all the way to the front to now, he would have had to waste a lot of time to get to that. So yeah, he'll start.
Okay.
Reverse chronological.
Yep. The first thing that you see is you see the arrival of both trailers being drawn by the cement mixer and the dump truck as they are brought into this fenced, heavily like high fence barbed wire area. And you also see several of these loop officials exit the vehicles, and they pull a woman out and drag her into what looks like an entrance to an underground facility, like a bunker. It comes up in almost a half moon. You don't recognize the woman, though.
I was going to say, would I know what Mitch's mother would look like? I don't think I've ever met her, right? She was always on that couch. Okay.
Unless George has seen her previously, I doubt, though.
Well, I mean, so the thing is, George may seem dumb with his investigation roles. He's not that dumb. I think he would make that click right away and probably bring Mitch over if Mitch is available. Mitch might have already left, so he might just make a note somewhere to let Mitch know.
Right. That was my next thing. That's literally the first thing you run into, and you can timestamp it and be able to kind of go back and confer with Mitch. But I wanted to make sure that was something that you would actually do as George.
Yep.
Okay. We'll say this too. As you go back a little bit more, you begin to see that there are comings and goings in this area for quite some time. And in real time, you notice that there's more and more activity. It was almost a wooded lot by the time this video begins, but the very first thing that's constructed is this kind of half dome moon type of subterranean entrance. And it is at the very beginning that you see when the first car arrives, a SUV very similar to the one that your dad drove And as soon as it opens, you see your father get out. And when he gets out, you see him pull two boys from the back. They appear to be bound by their hands. And in the green wire rendering, you immediately recognize both Barney and Dutch.
Shannon,
Yep.
you need to come here and see this right now.
Okay. What's going on?
And you see him roll it back real quick.
What
And
the
then
hell?
play.
Who's that?
Yep, Shannon, you would see both of your friends, Dutch and Barney.
Yeah.
And the timestamp that you kind of extrapolated, Mike, is that it looks right around maybe a few hours after the incident outside of the theater.
Do I recognize that as his father? Without him telling me?
Do you have anybody that works at the Loop, maybe, in your family? That works in.
I mean, it's not like the Loop is a small, group of employees. So I'm going to say that I don't recognize who your father is, unless you were to tell Shannon that that's
No, he's kind of ashamed of it.
okay.
I'll tell you right away.
Yeah. Sorry, what?
He's also scared of you, so.
Yeah, that's probably fair, because she is going to ask. So yeah, who is that? And like the car, do you recognize the car or the person, or where is?
That's the bad guy. We've met him before.
Yeah, no kidding, really.
But like the bad guy, probably. Not like a bad guy, but like the.
Okay, do you know who it is?
I think his name is Eugene.
Eugene. And you got that from this video, that's his name.
Maybe when we met him already, so.
I want to see if he's lying.
He's absolutely lying.
I mean, everything you said was
Okay,
the truth. We have met him
I'll
before, and
leave
his
this-
name is Eugene.
That's true. Oh yeah,
Right,
and I'd say his
I will
code
leave this
name
up
is
to.
Megatron.
This would be I would either take a comprehend or an empathize from Shannon and a charm from George, if this is going to be most successes wins here, as it's PvP and this is an attempt to.
Mm-mm. I don't do comprehend or empathize. That's not my thing.
The charm
Clearly.
That's not her bag. No, motorcycle riding. Okay, she's talking, but
I've got heart. I got sneak,
Thinking about-
force, move, investigate. Just not that one. Although mind is actually pretty
okay,
high.
So, right, and because you asked the question, and maybe it's because it's the way you've established Shannon as being not paranoid, but just very tough to give trust. Maybe it's something that's just kind of tickling the back of Shannon's mind, but he seems to be, at least what he's told you doesn't seem to be an outright lie.
Yeah. Okay. So we got to find out where this person is and then go question them. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think that part's pretty easy, right? That's gonna
Really?
be-
Okay. So let's go. Like, if you know where this person is.
I don't think just yet. We haven't seen all the footage, or have we, Greg? I don't think we've seen all the footage.
I mean, he took them. I think that's as much footage as we need, don't you think?
There might be something else that we're missing, though.
Like that they're more bad guy than they are right now by kidnapping two kids.
Yeah, maybe there's 3 kids. Who knows?
Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna finish watching the rest of this footage. I don't think it's time to go yet. Plus, we're man down right now.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna get my shears and my backpack, and I'm gonna get ready to go. So, like, watch quickly.
Okay. Shannon, when you go over to get your stuff from where you've kind of been, dumping your gear, you
Mhm.
notice that your shears are hanging from a hook that seems to have appeared on the wall of the truck.
Somebody been cleaning up in here? I wasn't here before, was it? No, it's weird.
I mean, it's pretty safe to assume we're a bunch of.
Have you been cleaning things, but?
Yeah, it was gross in here a little bit, but like not really.
So you hung up the garden shears?
What garden shears?
The ones from the from the shed when we got all the stuff ready to go, and then.
Oh, no.
Who's touching my stuff, guys? You serious right now?
I mean, maybe just keep yourself tidy, and you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, buddy. Okay, you go back to watching your videos, okay?
Yep. He easily doesn't want to fight you, so he just goes back to the video.
I love Butts trying to be Butts, but he's
Okay,
terrified
so-
of you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as you are able to kind of spool back through everything that's on there, George, when you get back to the beginning, like the live feed, almost like, you stop where you were, kind of timestamp it, and just switch back over to live. When it goes back, you notice that there is a new vehicle in the compound. It appears to be a convertible Volkswagen Rabbit.
No. You get like George is actually saying that right now, and he's like, "All right, it's time to go." Shannon was right. It's time to go.
Wait, what was? No. Do you find more
vehicle,
bad stuff?
That's Sam's sister, Jerry. We got to go.
Sam's sister.
Veronica.
Right.
So is the word. I don't believe it. She's kind of just a bitch.
Well, where's everybody else?
Everybody else?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't saying that's George. Sorry, that was just me being flamboyant in real life.
Oh.
I caught it. I think Jerry's been hanging out actually at the paperback exchange, and treating it like a library as he goes through any material they have Transformers related. Not because he's the best man for the research project, but because he kind of just wanted to go read some comic books and be alone.
Okay, so roll me and investigate. Is there anything in particular you're looking for? There are plenty of Transformers titles. Is there any particular?
Specifically because the what are they called? I've lost the name of the one.
Constructicons?
Yes. Specifically, like the name we were given from Ben. Trying to find, look for the weaknesses or the way they were defeated in the comics. With a single success.
Okay. So with that single success and with the aid of Gary, who is also in there and able to immediately provide to you or give to you everything that is Transformers related, well, given enough time, as he kind of sits there with the back issues and looks through them with you, you put together a kind of spined open several issues of the comic book as it shows and bleeds to you the following information. You see these purple and almost fluorescent green construction vehicles, the cement mixer and a dump truck and a hook and a bulldozer and all of these things that kind of go together with the just earth movers and things. And you see them separately transform into 6 different robots. And then when given the word or the command or the warning of Devastator, you see them all merge into this massive creature, this robot. And as you're kind of putting it all through, Gary's sitting there kind of on his elbows as he's looking through there, and he's like, yeah, man, Devastator is bad news, man. He's bad news. And the only thing that they ever could get to fight were, and he spins over another comic book, and you see several dinosaurs as they are crashing into the large robot of Devastator. And he points to the Tyrannosaurus Rex and he says, see, he goes, that's Grimlock right there. And Grimlock can leads the Dinobots, and they do a good job of taking out Devastator. But I mean, it's always tough. This thing's like it's the worst thing they've got.
So they need like all the Dinobots, though.
Yeah, usually. I mean, it takes everything that the group's got to be able to even slow this thing down.
What about Jazz? Jazz is like the worst one, right?
I mean, he's got his uses. He's a really good friend to Optimus, and he transformed into a Porsche, so it goes pretty fast. And he's good. He's a good fighter, I guess. I mean, why don't care for Jazz?
Well, okay, it's just like hypothetic, right? If we had all the Constructicons against like Grimlock and Ironhide and Jazz and that other one, like it's like the tech one, and then like anyway, there's probably not a chance, right?
Well, and then he spins over another one, and you see like on a full like double page massive panel of what looks to be all of the Transformers that you've ever seen, Jazz included, kind of charging Devastator. And he takes the page and opens it to the next, and you see a half-page rendering of all the Autobots lying in various states of being just taken out, over on top of each other, splayed over rocks. Even the Dinobots just leveled. And he goes through and he goes, but there was this one time that the humans actually beat Devastator, and he spins the panel around and shows it to you. And you see what looks like an oil rig. And in the panels before that, several humans are wrapping wire around the rig. And in the panel that Gary has shown you, you see Devastator being what looks like either struck by lightning or electrocuted by some huge surge of electricity. And you see it coming apart, arms, legs, body, and both, all of it disassembling into its 6 primary components instead of the large vehicle or robot.
That's it, Gary. Yeah, I think without an explanation, Jerry will like get up off the floor, like look around at the array of comics he's left behind. I gotta go, and he'll just beeline for the door.
As you go back out, Jerry, you get that wonderful smell of old newsprint from the comic books, the old paperbacks, and of course marijuana, as everything in here bears both time and the proximity of Miss Maggie. And as she's sitting there adjusting some of the larger crystals, as you kind of burst and run back out into the Garrett, Maryland air, let's go ahead and play John Mellencamp's Paper and Fire as we see Jerry run back out and get to his bike as Miss Maggie goes to the door and waves her hand, and she turns back around, and Gary joins beside her as they're kind of standing there almost like watching a child go off. And Miss Maggie looks and says, "Did you show him about the electricity?" Yeah, I did. And that's where we pull away from that, as what is everybody else doing is John Cougar plays with some Paper and Fire.
I'm daydreaming about becoming a Dinobot.
I'm panicking in real life. Did we find out where Rob is?
No,
Where'd
you
go
have not.
to, Rob?
Rob is doing recon. He's been spending his days between school, home, and the Falcon, just making note, just watching from a distance all the places that they've been, the bowling alley, the hospital. He's taking note. He's going back past the lot every day. He's trying to see if there's any new activity, see if he's being noticed, see if things look weird, and if anything does look weird, he will report it back to the group. But his mission is to just kind of keep tabs on these hotbed areas, as I am going to assume we will call it.
Okay.
Rob will assume.
During your circuit, Rob, as you kind of, get into a pattern, almost like a newspaper delivery route that Jerry and Ben do, you hit all of the hot spots that we have seen so far this season. And it is during the course of today's circuit, I'd like you to roll an investigate as you're pedaling along. Okay, so as you ride down and you're kind of leaving the area where the lot was, and you go down into the main area of Garrett, you see Ping, your former boss, come out as she is standing in front of the Ping's family, Chinese family restaurant, and she sees you and waves you down.
Well, Rob will assuredly, but also very timidly, approach her on his bike to see what the deal is, because he's afraid he's about to get another earful about the Pingmobile.
She gives you a look that would be aggressive if you couldn't. There's worry in her face. Rob, have you seen May?
No. I figured she was here with you.
She made a delivery, and she kind of, narrows her eyes at that a bit. She made a delivery back up, and she indicates the area from which she was just ridden down from. She hasn't been back for an hour.
What's the address?
She gives it to you. It's about 2 doors down from George's house.
Rob's gonna know this address, right? This is the address. Oh, yeah. This is the house. Yeah, Rob's gonna beeline straight there.
As you ride back up, and you're going back up an elevation grade here, Rob, so it's a bit of a ride, but when you get there a few minutes later, there isn't a house, but as you pull up into the lot and look towards where you guys saw that bag before that had the rock in it, and when you look over, you see a wheel lazily spinning, just barely visible over some of the shrubbery, the overgrown vegetation.
I'm gonna get closer. I wanna see what this is, if this is what I think it is. Is this the Pingmobile?
How are you walking onto the lot? Are you being stealthy, or are you just striding on?
He's trying to be nonchalant, just kind of like looking across the street, and just kind of like he's not trying to be stealthy, but not trying to be too conspicuous.
Okay, well, go ahead and let's just for shits and giggles, roll me a sneak.
Okay.
Yeah, you're pretty sure you're walking in there quiet. And as you get towards the center of the lot and you kind of clear and get an eye line on the middle of this place, you do in fact see the lazily rolling wheel of the Pingmobile.
Front row. Okay. Is it? You said it was behind the bush or in the bush? Or is Rob going to be able to pull it out of the bush and get it back?
Yeah. It's not the caught up into anything or entangled. It's just kind of laying there.
Oh no. Okay, so I'm gonna just try to pull it out of the. Rob's gonna yank it out of the bush, see if it's still running, or see if it can still start.
The engine is warm, and when you start it, as reliable as ever, the Pingmobile fires up. The scooter lives.
I'm gonna yell, May, a few times, repeatedly, to see if I get an answer, obviously.
You don't hear anything but the wind. But the light inside your helmet does begin to flash.
Yeah.
As we cut away from Rob and we go back to, as we have, Bitters has said that Jerry is converging on the truck. We have George currently with Shannon. Where is Mitch during all of this?
Mitch is either headed to or at the middle school. So unless anything happens in between, he's at the middle school looking for... what's today? Today's like a Thursday or something like that, right? He's looking for Mr. Derry. I assume he's got some kind of office hours in the middle school, or he's doing some teacher prep things, and he is trying to find Mr. Derry.
Yeah, he's in his room. He is grading today's lab. He's getting other kind of black wax pamphlets ready to do a leaf dissection tomorrow, and he's just kind of stacking all those up as he sees you come in. And you see he immediately goes over, closes the door, goes back to the sink that's right by where he kind of cleans and preps for the labs, turns both of the faucets on, and he comes over and opens up the drawers beneath it as if he's going to work on the trap or the drain of the sink, and beckons you to get down.
Yeah, he like
kind of sheltered by the cabinet doors.
Yeah. He runs over, assuming they've done this before, and he crouches down and like leans into where the pipes are. And he's like, he did call himself Sam, right? On the roof. Just remind my memory. What did he call himself?
He called himself Spike.
Spike, that's what it was. Not Sam Witwicky, Spike Witwicky. So he comes down and he's, Spike, it's been like, I don't know, like a week. The truck is alive. My robot's alive. I think my robot's building the truck. We have to go, we need a car. We have to go to Gannon. You know what Gannon is? And it's just like a flow of information. It's like 20 miles away. We have to go to Gannon. They stole my mom. They stole the trailer. They stole everybody. Mr. Butts is there. I think he works there. I think, I don't know what it means, but all the Constructicons are there. And I think they're going to take everyone there. I think they're going to take Ben. I don't know who's next. And he's kind of like in panic mode, just like a flow of information, sensical or otherwise, it just comes out of his mouth.
Mr. Derry, Spike, will reach across and kind of calm you down with a pat on your shoulder. Listen, I can't help you. Mitch, they're watching me. They'd stop us before we got a block away from here. You're going to have to find some way to get up there.
Can I steal your car?
Yes.
Great. Are your keys in the teacher's office?
He reaches into his pocket and drops them on the ground. I don't know where my keys are.
Great. I haven't seen them either. And he like picks them up. And he says, okay, sorry, I'll see you on Friday. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. And he runs out and like scampers through, slams the door behind him, and pockets the keys, and begins to get back on his bicycle and head back towards Teletran.
Okay, so with Mitch converging on the HQ, Jerry converging on the HQ, we've got George and Shannon there already. Let's cut back to Rob as your light in your helmet begins to pulse steadier and steadier. Incoming communique from Teletran 1. Incoming communique from Teletran 1.
Go ahead.
Beatbox. We're almost there. There's no time left. They're moving against you, taking those you love. Do you know where it is?
Where? What is?
Where they have taken them.
Shit, what was it called? Donner?
Gannon.
Gannon. I don't
Gannon?
yeah. Gannon. Yeah, there you go. Got it out that time.
They're using them. They're using them to stop you.
How did they do that?
They're distracting you. May they have her. Beatbox. Rob. You are going to need to transform.
How? And Rob's gonna look at his hands. Just make like little.
You must go to Gannon. Your friends as go. Blast work. Rob. Box.
And Rob's gonna walk up and down the.
Communique lost from Teletran 1. Yeah. Communique lost from Teletran 1. Communique lost from Teletran 1.
Shit. And Rob's gonna. Oh man. He needs to find a way to take the pingmobile and the bike. And yeah, I guess he'll just like hold the bike as he drives the pingmobile, and he's going to go to Teletran 2.
Not returning the pingmobile?
Not returning the pingmobile, no, because he is not going to come back to tell Ping that he cannot find his daughter, and he also wrecked the pingmobile. Like he's not, he doesn't know. If he's bringing the pingmobile back, May's going to be attached to it. So, yeah.
Awesome. So as we have 3 of the 5 heading back towards Teletran 2, we will cut back to Teletran 2. And George, you all are staring, and if Shannon, you're still there getting ready, that you bear witness to the dump truck driving up, and you see 2 more of these loop officials get out of the truck, and they bring a bound May from the cab of the truck, and you see them dragging her into that half-moon subterranean entrance.
Who are these people?
Nobody knows.
Well, we have Eugene. That's really helpful. What about the other 2?
Lackeys. I don't know.
I think you just made up that name.
But that's from the Chinese restaurant. That's May.
Okay, so they're taking people that we know. Like
Yeah.
that's
I
pretty
mean,
much
we got a warning that they would tell that they would take our family. We'd have less family and friends. And here we have, we're losing family and friends. Yeah.
Okay. So what do we like radio the others? What do we do? Like, probably shouldn't go just by ourselves, right? So.
No, we definitely need everybody. But we have comms, and he walks over to what should be the radio. Who knows if it got transformed or got cleaned or whatever. So
There should be a radio, a CB radio in the truck for us.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have one.
Okay. So, sorry, go ahead.
Nope, I'm just having lag stuff. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If he needs to refresh, that's up to Mike, obviously, but
You can. Cool. While Greg disappears, yeah, I think while you're going to like the radio, I don't know who'd you say is closer? Probably Jerry, right? So I think Jerry, you would arrive first of all of us.
Yeah, from outside you probably hear, "Hey assholes, let the ladder down."
What's the password?
oh my god. Passwords is butt's a butt. Right?
Shannon, you're not supposed to say. All
What, do you
right,
change the
tosses down
password
the
every
ladder.
5
to you.
minutes?
Look, Shannon. All right, there's a rule. There's ethics here, and you're just constantly breaking them. I know you're the new blood. I'm no longer the new blood. You're the new blood, so I'm gonna have to ask you to calm down and respect the rules here.
She's just glaring, like she's drilling a hole between your eyes with her own eyes. Like just,
Oh, he's totally into it.
You can punch him.
God damn it.
It's totally fine.
Guys, I figured it out. I know how we're gonna stop the Constructicons.
Okay, Jerry, what are we gonna do?
We gotta get everybody here. Wait, I probably can't explain this twice.
That's what we're trying to do. But
You
then
can't explain it twice, then we're in big trouble.
I'm not the plan guy. It's just,
You'll probably hear the ping mobile off in the distance, getting closer. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. A ping, ping. Yeah. And Rob's gonna show up, bike in hand, ping mobile. Shut it off, kick the nightstand off, almost trip over his own bike trying to get to the ladder that I'm sure Butts forgot to pull up. Or maybe he didn't. Do I need the ladder, Butts? Did you remember to pull it up?
Jerry was the last one through the door, so Jerry's got to pull it up.
Jerry, did you pull up the ladder?
no.
Those are the rules.
No?
We
Okay.
live in a
but-
We've established that there are rules. Society.
Okay, Rob's gonna run and jump to grab the ladder, realizing that the ladder has no bottom anchors, so the ladder's gonna swing out while he's trying. And then he's okay. Hold on, now he's just gotta hold on until it stops swinging. Okay, then he's gonna climb all the way back up and finally get up there, and immediately say, "We have a problem."
We have a lot of different problems. Do you want to specify one particular one?
Well, maybe we don't have Mitch here yet, so maybe
Oh.
hold on a second. Unless it needs to be absolutely said right now.
They have.
Oh, let's wait until you have hot chocolate and popcorn too.
May, yeah, we know that they have May. We have a live feed.
May?
Don't worry, he'll still be talking by the time Mitch gets here.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll
So
stop.
glad I'm not there. I think at that point you hear the of bike tires skid. I have a car, guys! I have a car, and he just shouts up to the thing.
Great.
It sounded like a bike.
No, I have keys to a car. I can't drive an actual car. I mean, I probably could, but
You
whatever.
probably shouldn't.
Yeah, thank you. I have a car. I figured you could drive it.
Me?
Yeah, Gannon's 20 miles away. We're not gonna ride our bicycles there.
Well, I mean, yeah, I can drive it. Why are we? Okay, hold on.
We can't all fit on your bike, right?
Stop.
What?
There's too many different things happening all at once. We need to all just get your butt up here. Butts has stuff to tell you
I'm already
guys.
up here, baby.
He climbs up. He climbs up there with you guys.
Yep.
Shannon is like rubbing the bridge of her nose between her eyes, just like, God help me. Straight up.
So as you guys get up there, George just kind of starts going. So he's like, guys, live feed. Veronica's car is there. Jerry, stay calm. And then May got abducted too.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's 2 more people. I'm just saying, like, there's more people going there at Ganon.
And Optimus said I have to transform.
What the hell does
sorry,
that
what?
mean?
You're what?
He said go to Ganon.
Are you a robot? Have you checked if he's a robot?
No, he's just an idiot.
Mitch, check if he's a robot. Use your I don't know.
My robot checking tools? Shannon, that's not a real thing.
Hit him with a wrench. I've seen it. Oh wait, never mind. We're not in modern day.
No.
Oh,
what?
like,
It's video game.
what did you do with your robot? Maybe you can.
I built it from scratch.
Oh, okay.
Rob has a mom and dad.
Robots can have mom and dads too.
I don't think that's true.
Maybe. Rob, do you have like circuitry or something that we don't know about?
No, he just has a stutter.
Well, I mean, like, have you like looked?
No one lets him answer.
I'm not answering on purpose.
No, yeah, we're going back and forth. Like, we're both standing in front of Rob, going back and forth at each other without letting Rob say anything, even if he were to try. Okay,
Plus,
fine.
no offense,
What-
wouldn't you make a robot look cool?
Hey,
Wow.
Sorry, man.
Okay,
You're not a
okay,
robot.
what if I?
Transform can mean any number of things. I mean, it is literally a universal word for becoming something else, right? So
What if he's becoming a man? He's kinda
that's
like that
totally not even.
Gross.
No.
Optimus Prime didn't tell him to turn into a man. That's stupid.
Well,
I mean, it seems like something that could be said.
He said they're trying to distract us, and that it's time for me to transform. And
Okay, so tell yourself to transform.
how do they do it? In show?
Rob's gonna go because I haven't thought of that.
Have you?
I mean,
No, he's gonna
were
say
you convincing?
he's gonna say that and then go transform. see if anything happens.
Nothing happens.
Mitch leans over and goes.
Okay, we'll work on the transforming bit in a sec. Do you guys know who this guy is? Show him, but show him the Eugene guy that you were talking
It's
about.
Megatron. They know Megatron. We all know Megatron. Now you know Megatron.
Oh, that's
Butts'
dad.
What?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah, his dad's the bad
What?
guy. I thought we told you that.
He's like pointing at a poster right now, like just
He's at the map. The paper map. Weird.
Her facial expression is very much just like jaw dropped, perplexed right now. And then she kind of just like looks back over to Rob and then to Mitch, and she has no idea what transform means, and she has no idea what to say to him.
Yeah, that's his dad. We didn't know he was a bad guy until he showed up one day. We hadn't seen him in weeks. Then he
I
showed
didn't know
up and
he was a bad guy.
he kind of threatened us. And then his goons were cutting down the tree, and that's when we found the girl who lives in the tree. That was real weird. But then we sent her home to magical tree land. Okay, I know what this sounds like. Either way, and then he stopped cutting down the trees, and then I took the robot apart, and that's how I built the robot. And then his mom was eating grass, and I don't know what the heck the deal is. And my dad's
Yeah, I was there for the grass, that whole bit.
Well, it
yeah,
happened this first time, but yeah,
Wait, what?
it happened before too.
She does eat a lot of grass.
I mean, the first time it was triangles. if that matters.
No, I don't think it does. So what are we distracted by? Is it like the fact that they're taking these people and we should ignore that they're taking people that we care about?
But where else can we go?
There's
Okay,
the
hold
loop
on.
and Ganon, right? So those are two. Is Ganon part of the loop? Like in the loop grounds or what?
Greg.
You would know that according to the map that you have, both the topo and the map inside of Teletran 2, that the actual accelerator or the loop that gives the loop its name, the ring that goes around it, the coordinates that Ganon seems to be directly above sort of like the westerly edge of this loop. It's part of the circle.
So they're part of the same thing in our view, basically. Okay. I mean, we can go there. All I got are these shears as she like pulls out the shears that she's got from her bag. I don't know how much good this is gonna do.
We need electricity, don't we, guys?
That's what I wanted to tell you guys. Okay. Do you remember when the truck was going crazy?
Yeah.
With the crystal and
Oh, yeah.
and I went underneath and we thought nothing happened, but
No, we all thought you were a superhero.
yeah, but then we thought nothing, right? Well, something happened.
You're a superhero?
I think so.
What?
Wait, are you talking about that time with you almost killing somebody?
What?
Yeah. See, I didn't want to talk about it then, but Shannon saw it.
So you'd be a superhero?
I had like electricity on me. It was like in me and I could feel it.
And you didn't want to tell your best friends the coolest thing that's ever happened to you ever?
To be fair, he tried to kill somebody when that was happening, so...
Was it the sheriff?
Former sheriff.
He was kind of a dick.
We don't kill people that you think are dicks.
I mean,
That's ridiculous.
I mean, he
Get
almost,
it?
he almost,
Ridiculous.
he
Never
almost,
mind.
he almost killed Ben. He killed Ben's mom.
I'd do it again.
Okay.
That's not the point.
Yeah, that's not.
That's not the point. So I was talking to Gary, and he said that they could dismantle Devastator, that the humans did it with some wire and electricity. So I was thinking if I can do electricity, then maybe we can get in there and save the people.
Can you control it?
I don't know. I haven't tried it since the power outage.
Rob's gonna look at him and go, "Have you tried saying electricity?"
This isn't Captain Planet.
Electricity.
You erupt into arcs. No, nothing.
Everyone gets electrocuted on the train.
You kill all
Butts dies.
Oh.
I think Jerry will like try to like just give some sort of demonstration as he sees like all these dumbfounded, disbelieving faces and just like put his fingers close to one another and try to summon up some sort of little spark.
Jerry, you would know that since the blackout in Garrett, you haven't had the opportunity nor the just subconscious feeling of this energy since then. But if you go ahead and roll me, let's make it force because that sounds like two things.
couple of successes.
You, for a moment, you believe that you feel something akin to that same kind of static buildup that you had felt before, but the rest of the group does not see anything.
I think Jerry will like overplay it too. It's happening. It's happening.
That's not what happened last time.
Underwhelming.
Yeah.
That was like static, man.
But I just maybe I just need to warm up.
Okay, what if we make that plan C? For cool.
Okay.
What's plan
Maybe
A?
he'd be really, really angry. Seem to work
Okay.
with the police chief.
As I told you guys at the beginning,
Fuck.
we have 4 distinct people in play right now, as we currently have Mitch's mom, we've got Veronica, we've got May, and we've got Barney and Dutch, which we'll just count as one. I'd like somebody to roll me a d4.
Not it.
That's you, Kendall. Nope, she did it.
Thank you, Shannon.
I was doing it.
Welcome. That was a 3 for those in chat who aren't looking at the screen.
And with that 3, that denotes one of the people currently in custody. Please go back to your planning.
Which one, Greg? Which one?
They're dead. That's what that meant. We rolled a d4 to see who's dead.
God damn it, Greg. You're the fucking worst.
That's what I would do as a GM.
Okay, so
Saying.
plan A. I have a car, and he holds up the keys again.
Look, then let's go. Why are we sitting here? We have 20 miles to go, right? So then maybe we chat on the way.
Yeah.
But we need electricity.
What if we need stuff? Fine, whatever. I'll drive. You do whatever.
What stuff do you think we need?
Electricity.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. I got it. Take this, and he throws the keys to Shannon. He says, "Take your bike, go to the school, steal the car. It's one of the only ones there. Brown LeBaron. Take that one, bring it back here. We'll prep, and then we take everything from here and go to the loop, or to Gannon."
Okay, great. I will go steal a teacher's car without anybody suspecting anything at all.
That's okay. I already asked permission. You're fine.
You can't. Never mind. I'm gonna go now. In Shannon's mind, she's like, you can't ask permission to steal something because then it's not stolen.
Right.
Perfect.
So as Shannon goes off to commit a felony, what are the rest of y'all doing?
We have a shitload of spools of copper wire, right? Is that a thing we had?
Didn't we have someone making that focus?
Yeah. So I think we have that. I'm trying to think of what the hell assets we have here that are movable. The robot doesn't seem to work on its own except for when I'm not paying attention to it. We have a bunch of copper wire. I'm sure we have a bunch of batteries around. It's a junkyard full of cars and grab vehicles. Guys, anything else we can think of?
Costumes?
Shut up, butts.
Montage.
You're shit. Go ahead. Anything? No?
Maybe we need a crystal focus again too. Maybe that helps Jerry with his crackling and his popping.
Oh, that's true. That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, so I think Mitch goes towards. I assume Mitch has spooled the wire from underneath the trucks because we weren't using it anymore. But he grabs the wire and he like throws that aside, and he looks at everyone and says, "I'm gonna get as many batteries as possible. Maybe if that'll be Plan B. If Jerry can't spark up or whatever. Anything else?"
Don't we still have all the weapons we pulled from that shed?
Yeah, that's like guard.
Yeah, that was kind of a given that we're going to take their weapons.
Yeah, okay. I was making sure. I was just gonna gather them into a night nice tidy area for us to grab as we go.
I still got Jeff's chainsaw.
What?
Yeah, I stole that asshole's chainsaw like way long ago.
What? Whatever.
Chainsaw would be dope.
I don't remember what I stole for a weapon.
I think I have a slingshot. Yeah. Did you mention the crystal as butts? Like,
Yeah, that would have been Butt saying that.
okay. Then he looks at you and says, "You stole it once. Can you steal it again?"
Yeah, probably. But I had a distraction last time. So maybe that's the last thing we do. We get the car here, we load it up, we go there, somebody distracts them, I steal it again, and we're good.
I feel like you say I need a distraction, and Mitch just looks over to Rob, who's like, "Transform. Transform."
And he's also sitting over there going, "It's happening. It's happening."
He's just like doing like robot dance moves, trying to get like the pop to actually lock.
So you say I need a distraction. He just looks over at the other two, and then looks back to you. I think anyone would do at this point, man. Okay, so I'll get all this shit ready. You grab one of them. If you head over there now, you can be back before Shannon gets the car. She has to drive all the way there and all the way back. I think the bookstore's closer than the school, right?
I just rode all the way here from there. Like,
And then, all right.
Oh wait, you have the Pingmobile.
Take the yeah.
Okay, then I'll take the. Well, who's going with me? Then?
Sorry, Rob.
Is it
Rob
you,
can
Jerry?
drive the Pingmobile.
I don't know how to drive it. I have to ride it back.
Oh, okay. And he's gonna.
When we get on it, he's absolutely side saddling it.
And Rob is gonna go about 20 yards and then stop and tell you that's not happening. You're the wait.
No. Because if I have to get off, I can get off and run immediately.
Yeah. Well, it's big enough for you to sit back and hit one leg because the weight distribution is just gonna be off.
Not if I like do this.
I'm gonna have to if you feel safe because there was no helmets on this.
With Sadies, we don't have helmets.
You're right. But the Pingmobile, as a professional commercial establishment, cares about its employees enough to issue helmets.
One
Helmet because it's only one person on delivery.
Fine. And he gets on it and he absolutely like back hugs you. So he's got to.
And Rob's gonna take off and be completely disgusted about how fat, hammy, and sweaty your hands are.
Fat?
Yes, for some reason, it's the only part of your body that has retained any weight is you just have fat, chubby, Vienna sausage fingers. If
fat hands.
If butts were fingers, they would be your fingers.
No.
What's happening right now?
I'm taking liberties with
You sure are. You're gonna catch some
Power game.
You're gonna catch some butt hands right now.
About to catch those hands.
Okay.
Someone
All
roll me
right.
a D4.
God dang it.
I think you owe them. All right, we got another one there. A 1.
Cool.
Dead.
That was probably May.
Alrighty, so you guys have points of origin and capers to pull. So if everyone wants to cue up a little Bob Seger shakedown, we are going to start with Shannon as she gets to the Edgar Allan Poe Middle School, and there is the Brown LeBaron as promised. What would you like to do, Shannon?
I'm gonna make sure that nobody's watching this freaking car, first of all. Cause if what's his face is being watched and all that nonsense, obviously that's bad. What if the person that Mitch talked to, isn't really the teacher? Like, I mean, Shannon's all like, everybody's out to get us. So yeah.
Okay, roll me an investigate check as you kind of just do a general checking out the area.
Oh, wow. Can I keep rolling like that?
Shannon, you sit there for about 2 or 3 minutes kind of off on the edge of the parking lot, and you see the car. And in the background, for a moment, you see the meat wagon or the hearse from the hospital pull into the lot and then pull out of the lot.
Damn it. What direction does the lot exit?
For you can go anywhere you'd like on your motorcycle, but as far as it's going in through the predetermined entrance in the east, and then the hearse pulls in, parks for a moment right beside the LeBaron, pulls back out, and drives out. It's going towards the exit of the lot on the west side.
If I had to guess, it's probably checking to make sure the teacher's still at the school. So, yeah, I'm gonna sneak to the car and make sure I'm not noticed, and then take it.
Sure.
The problem is I'm gonna have to leave my motorcycle behind somewhere. Like, I'm probably gonna like prop it behind a large enough tree and then like actually walk my way through the parking lot. I'd probably like throw leaves and like dead branches on top of it as well to help cover the bike.
Sure, I'll give you the bike being kind of camouflaged for free, and then as you sneak from like the forest area, go ahead and roll me that sneak.
Yes.
So yeah, you're able to creep around the car, keeping yourself and like the car between you and where the hearse is like disappearing. And as Bob Seeger is singing along, you're able to creep around the bumper until you get to the driver's side door. It is open.
Oh. Weird. I have these keys to unlock it for some reason. Okay, is there anybody in the car when I open the driver's side?
You don't see anybody.
Not even in the back, hiding on the floor, anything like that?
Oh, do you want to open the back door and look in?
No, I'm like, sticking my head in and like looking behind where the seats are and stuff.
You don't see anybody in here.
Okay. Carefully get into the car and start it.
It roars to life as only a LeBaron can. And the tape player starts playing The Police, Every Little Breath You Take. And it's odd because the tape player looks like an after factory model. Smaller, sort of blue.
Sort of blue?
Mm-hmm.
Does it remind me of anything?
Nothing that you've seen, no.
I'm gonna be all like, hello, car, in case you're listening. Literally talking to the car right now. We're gonna go now. Yep. Talking to a car. Okay.
All right. It is not responding.
Cool.
I will, however, take a tinker here, or I will take I'll take a straight tech or mind if you want to just do like a base skill roll for me, too.
I'm gonna use one of my luck to re-roll that.
Okay. So you realize a second later that it doesn't have power steering, you're able to kind of and turn it as you creep out, get the drift going with the reverse, and you are able to kind of follow, even though it's no longer visible, the path of where the hearse disappeared as you exit the lot. How tall is Shannon?
Oh gosh, she's 14. She's probably about 5'6", 5'7" almost.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so she's not, peeking over the steering wheel or anything like that. She is able to at least pass for somebody that should be allowed to do this. As you cruise through the area, I'm not even going to make you roll a sneak or anything because you had a great one before, so it kind of carries over. And you are quickly on the road to returning to Teletran 2. You do notice that whatever tape is playing in this car, it seems to jump and rewind a bit on its own as it's playing. Either Mr. Derry taped Every Little Breath like 3 or 4 times, or it's rewinding and playing it over and over again.
Okay. Is it the entire song, or does it like stop at a certain point?
Various points.
Could I figure it out? Like, if I've listened to it enough times, would I be able to recognize it in the song and see if it's significant?
Roll me a comprehend.
Damn it! I hate that roll. No. Damn it.
It sounds vaguely pattern-like. You're not sure, though.
Okay. All good. Do I make it back safely and in one piece?
Yeah, you're driving fine. You're on your way back. Everybody else, what are you guys doing to solidify your end of the bargain? You're taking a distraction to go steal a crystal. Is that what it is? Okay. So as the stolen Pingmobile drives up in front of the paperback exchange, carrying both the person that was conscripted to go find a missing child, adolescent, and George, what do you guys do?
If it was allowed to ride how he wanted to ride, he'd hop right off and walk right in. But now he's got to worry about dismounting.
Yeah, no, Rob's just gonna pull up there and let you dismount like a normal human being.
Yeah, he just uncomfortably hops off the back. Let's go. What are you gonna do as a distraction? You know, like what's the noise I'm waiting for?
You'll know.
Oh, all right.
Rob's gonna head on into the store and cause distractions.
Ding, 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 ding. As you walk in, the bell goes off again. Smells like old newsprint, softbound books, and marijuana. Miss Maggie is presumably somewhere in the back as Gary works the front. And there's somebody in chat that actually walked into the paperback exchange as Big Pig grew up and attended the cathedral known as the paperback exchange. Give him some props.
Is old Shaggy or whatever his name is up at the front desk?
Gary? Yeah, Gary's there.
Yeah, Gary.
Gary and Maggie.
Yeah, Gary and Maggie. Sorry, I just kind of. Anyway, Rob's gonna ask him to show him something in the far back corner of the store, like or away for the opposite direction. I'm sorry, the crystals aren't in the far back corner of the store. The opposite direction of where the crystals are, in the furthest direction, and he's gonna just ham up the stuttering to try to keep him distracted, because I feel like Gary's too nice of a dude to interrupt me and kind of would let me.
You should ask for self-help books on how to stop a stutter.
Okay. Roll me a charm, as this is, you're obviously trying to negotiate. Gary's going to not help you, but
I wanted to use the luck. Sorry, I was muted.
Oh, go right ahead.
So one more again. Okay. Proceed.
So, yeah. So he basically says, "What do you need something back?" But he continues to keep his eyes on I gotta watch the front of the store. Maybe Maggie can help. Maggie, and Miss Maggie comes out of the back. Yeah. Oh, look at you. Look at that. She's high as shit. Look at that helmet. Oh my goodness. That is striking. It is. With your aura and those eyes and that strange robot helmet. Why, that's perfect. What can I help you with? And Gary goes back up to the front.
Well, shoot. Rob's gonna try to insist that Gary's the only one that can help. It's boy stuff.
Oh. Miss Maggie says very loud, and there's only one other customer who's an older lady, widowed. She's over in the romance section, and she says verbatim, Gary, I think he has a peeper question. And Gary freezes. And I will allow you to make one more charm roll as you're going to try to convince them, or I will allow you to make a lead roll here as you are stepping up and taking some public embarrassment for the team and fielding the peeper question narrative.
Muted.
I am muted. I'm going to add the +1 for Ben's headphones to lead.
Yep.
Didn't matter.
So what we're going to do here is Gary's going to come back, but Miss Maggie goes up to the front. I'll leave you two alone.
Okay. Man.
And Gary comes back, and Gary seems like Gary's only like 18, 19 years old. Gary seems a little weirded out, but I'm not real sure I can like maybe talk to your dad. The peeper questions.
It's not a Peter question.
We call them peepers back exchange, but if you want to go Peter or Ralph, that's fine. Very formal.
Cultural. I was wondering. I just knew you could. What's it feel like to? And he's just gonna push Gary. He's gonna push Gary. His idea was to go in and start a fight, and for some reason he decided he was going to get Gary alone to start a fight away from everybody else.
So you're going to push Gary. Okay, roll me a force as you go into Gary. Oh, now they come flying, huh? So with 2, you unsuspecting, thinking he's fielding some type of, your body and you moment with Rob. Instead, as he kind of turns to see what Miss Maggie needs, or, towards the front, awkwardly, he finds himself flying into the long boxes of back issues as he hits and slides across, taking Thors and Rocket Raccoons with him as he falls, and the entire first comics back issue section tilts and throws down on top of him as issues of Munden's Bar kind of splash around his head. And he's like, holy shit, Jesus. And George, you hear all this, and you hear Miss Maggie, still high as shit, say, what happened? As she floats to the back.
Oh, how out in the open are these crystals right now?
They are wide out in the open, but everybody, including the kindly romance book loving widow, all eyes are trained to the far back of the paperback exchange where the back issues and now Gary rest.
Okay, so I could, 5-figure discount a crystal or 5?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to make you, if you want to steal anything more than like 2, I'm going to require like a sneak roll here, because these are crystals, and as soon as you kind of double them up, they clink.
Yep. All right. Look at the draw. Nope. I'll use a luck, because I mentioned luck of the draw.
Sure.
1 success.
And you are able to get, I'll allow you to get up to your aforementioned 5
Okay.
as you kind of go through and pick them all out. And you are able to take 5 of the kind of medium-sized crystals that she has and unhook them from their fish hook kind of borings. And they're just kind of dangling pieces of fish line now in certain areas. You can exit no problem. Rob, you are currently surrounded by a romance novel loving widow, a very high Miss Maggie, and a Gary who is getting up.
Greg phrasing.
Okay, so Rob's gonna stand there. What happened? You got out?
I thought it was muted. No.
Oh, no. Okay, so Rob's gonna stand there because plan A and B and C didn't work, so he went with plan D and pushed him. And then when he turns around, Rob's gonna just make like another pushing motion with his hands. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on. And he's going to keep making these weird pushing motions as he keeps kind of scooting closer to the door.
Roll me a charm as you attempt to get this to work.
You know what? I'm going to use my donated point of luck.
Okay.
Oh, my lord.
So, from the jaws of defeat, victory is snatched as Rob, as you continue to show that your spasms and your linebacker-esque tackling technique appears just to be the firing of neurons and the clenching of muscles. You continue with this, and Miss Maggie has she's incredibly high, but her face shows a definite concern. Oh, honey. Oh my, he's got negative, the energy's firing off of him. Oh my word. And she's kind of walking, kind of trailing you. And she's going like this as if she's trying to get smoke out of her face, or there's a bad smell and her face crinkles. My God, it's coming off of him in waves it is, as she's just kind of batting. And the widow steps back, clutching her used romance books to her chest as he goes by. And Gary's sitting there rubbing the back of his head and going, all right, man, just all right. And he's not offering any pursuit.
Excellent. Yeah, so Rob's going, I'm sorry, please don't touch me. And he's gonna walk out the door, and as soon as he walks out the door, he's gonna turn and look at Butts and go,
Go, you go.
And he's gonna get on the Pingmobile.
Okay, so you are able to make it back. Everybody arrives roughly at the same time as the stolen Pingmobile arrives with the stolen LeBaron. You all pull up in the grav truck graveyard as all the other preparations have been prepared, as you all collect yourselves as late afternoon, 3-4 o'clock. However, there is a flashing on the console of Teletran 2.
I do want to say, before everyone gets there, while Mitch is pulling shit out of the vehicles and making a pile of necessary items, he has like batteries from vehicles in some state of decay, and all the copper wire, and whatever Jerry's doing. Once he finally gets everything piled together, he says, "Hey, Jerry, I think I could jumpstart your powers, or kill you. You want to try it?"
Dude, tell me about it first, because, like, the killing me thing sounds real bad.
Yeah, so, remember how, like, I made the taser that one time? It's like that, but, it's not 2 double A's.
Don't tase me, bro.
Shit, you fucking shit. So what I could do is I could hook up this copper wire to one of the car batteries, and then you take both ends of the copper wire, and it will shock you. And if that doesn't work, I can like put 2 batteries in serial and shock you with that, and then it's 24 volts instead of just 12, and then I can keep going until it either jumpstarts your powers or kills you, or you say stop.
Fine.
Yes. And he already has the 2 copper wires ready to go, and he like takes the one and sort of like hooks it, like throws it, hooks it around the lead. He says, "Okay, you're just gonna pick up both ends and see what happens."
Okay, no, hold on just a second. This is with a car battery?
Yeah, it's a 12 volt. 12 volt won't kill you. A 12 volt won't actually kill you. It's just gonna hurt like a bitch.
Well, how many ohms does
Wouldn't
it
the
have?
bike, the Pingmobile be a better option in this particular case then?
Yeah,
At
but we
lower
don't.
voltage.
We don't have the Pingmobile right now. It's on a mission.
And Jerry's not smart enough to know any better, so
There's not enough. There's not enough current in a
that's
single.
right, 'cause we're not back
Yeah,
before this happens.
Yeah,
right.
there's not enough current in a single car battery to kill you.
Yes, the inmates are running the asylum back here. Jerry believes Mitch. Okay, I'm going to need 2 rolls right here. I would like a force roll from Jerry, and I want a tinker roll from Mitch.
You got it. 1 success from Mitch.
2 for me.
Okay, let's see. You don't piss yourself, Jerry, even
Yes.
very close. As your body sort of seizes with this current that arcs through you, it is not a feeling that you've experienced before, unless Jerry has been electrocuted. But as you kind of wake up looking at the blossoming stars of the autumnal Garrett, Maryland air, you kind of shake your head a bit, and as you look up, your hair is like Doc Brown on one side, and Mitch, you basically just hit him with a clear. And instead of restarting his heart, it almost stopped it. But for sake of the narrative, Jerry is able to survive this. And he looks up, smoking a bit. You don't feel like a superhero.
Did it work?
Come here.
Are you gonna try to shock me?
Yes.
No. I don't want that. That's gonna hurt. No.
I swear to God, if I can catch you, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Do you want to try 2 batteries? And he starts to
That
like back
was
away.
the stupidest thing you've ever.
I asked you. I told you it could kill you. You said yes.
And now I'm picturing like Jerry chasing Mitch around the table and Mitch staying on the opposite side.
That's exactly what it is, except it's a battery and copper wire just sort of waving. And I think that's when everyone pulls up.
And yeah, everybody pulls up just in time to see the game of copper wire grab ass being played by Jerry and Mitch as you guys are ready.
What the hell is going on?
Stop! You're not gonna shock me.
What
Get away
is
from me.
this? What are you doing? Stop.
He's trying to shock me.
Okay, why?
Because I made him hold the battery and shocked him. And he almost
Are you
passed
kidding?
out. No.
You could.
It's not enough
Never
current
mind.
to kill him. It just
It's
knocked him
fine.
on his ass.
Okay, sure. We don't need everybody at 100% right now to face the
I
biggest
was
danger we
trying
could
to
ever
make him
possibly have
100%
for
with his-
humanity or anything like that.
I was trying to make him have electrical fingers again.
It's just not. I think it's like brought on how most superhero stuff happens with like a high stress of emotions, and then all of a sudden you're
Or a
mega
freak
powerful or
accident.
whatever. That's not emotions. That's just torture. Okay, it's a very different scenario here.
I mean, whatever. It could have worked. You don't know.
It maybe if he wants to kill you bad enough, maybe it'll happen
Great. Well, save that, Jerry.
like before.
Yeah, I'll hold on to that.
Yeah,
Thanks.
use it, as they say.
Is that Mr. Derry's car?
Yeah.
Hey, Mitch,
Yeah.
shotgun.
Damn it. That's
Right.
low.
Are we ready to go? Because I feel like we just
Yeah, pop the trunk.
wasting time. Yeah.
Oh, did we get there yet on the Pingmobile?
Yeah, you guys are all here. You've
Oh.
all regathered, and I just need to know if you're taking anything else with you before you take your trek to Ganon.
A bunch of copper wire, how many ever batteries you'll give us, and whatever Butts got. Butts
What about
and-
snacks? We don't have
Crystals.
Fucking
Wait, what do you guys need crystals for?
We don't need them. Jerry needs them.
Why does Jerry need them?
That's how he got his powers to begin with.
With crystals?
Well, with just one big giant one. Did we tell you this? We
Would
tied
you
a
lick a
bunch.
crystal?
No, all these vehicles powered on by, we don't know how they powered on, and we took a bunch of copper wire and we made a one area, and then we put the crystal inside of it, and the crystal was going to fall out, and he ran in and grabbed everything and got zapped and held it there, and it wrote a message in the ground.
I don't remember that, and if you actually had told me that before, I probably wasn't listening because you ramble so much that I just completely figured you out.
Well,
Anyway, here you go, Jerry, and
Now
he
you
hands you
know.
5 primo crystals.
That's the
Why'd you
good
get so
stuff.
many?
Well,
It's fine. It's fine. It just
much lightning, right, guys? 5 targets at once. Wolverine style. We got this.
oh boy, we're gonna die.
Wolverine. Wolverine has 3 claws.
you see
Yeah.
Mitch trying to restrain himself.
Bring things to the trunk. Talking, multitasking. Come on, boys.
Right. The car batteries are get loaded in. A spool of copper wire gets loaded in.
Okay. So you guys load up everything, and with the aforementioned gear in place, you take the trek through the cold air as there are actual snowflakes being thrown about in the wind. As I'm assuming Shannon is continuing to drive, or are you leaving?
Oh,
this
I'm not letting anybody else drive this car. Shannon's gonna make it there in one piece because of herself and nobody else.
Gotcha. Now, the last thing I'll ask before you leave is there was a light flashing in Teletran 2. Did anybody or would anybody have noticed that?
I probably would have
Jerry.
gone up to get my bag, but other than that, I don't know if it was in the same cabin as. I don't know where the light goes off. So
I think the grab ass would have kept Mitch out of there.
Okay. So yeah, we'll say Shannon, roll me an investigate check just to see if it catches your eye when you're up there kind of doing something that's not really dealing with that.
Yes.
Okay. So as you sit, you see that kind of green wired 3D rendering video screen you guys have been watching. It's showing real-time footage as it's still running from a timestamp of the current time. And as you look, you see that not only you see 2 figures being brought out to the Volkswagen Rabbit that's there. One of them is decidedly Veronica, the older sister of Sam. The other is Sam, as both of them are being brought out to the car by these Loop officials. And the man that you now know to be Megatron or George's father seems to be sitting there, and you see him. You can't hear anything, but from 2 successes, it looks a lot like he's asking questions. And when they fail to answer them, you see him draw some type of, it almost looks like a spear or some type of long baton, something that is it has almost like a flashlight that you would use to direct a plane into the airport terminal station. And as he pulls it out, he touches it to Sam, and you see her go rigid and fall to the ground as Veronica begins to pull against the 2 that are holding her. And the feed continues as it is happening in real time.
does Sam appear to be severely injured, as in maybe dead, or is it something more knocked unconscious by whatever the effects of that thing is?
Even with a 2 success, it's still a distance. And you see that when she was touched by this thing, this cone, this wand, she went down and nobody is restraining her and no one seems to be paying any attention to her.
Okay. I mean, I don't think I'll be able to get much if I'm not close enough anyway. Yeah, I'll probably grab my bag and hurriedly go back downstairs. I don't think I will say anything for a while because it's not going to make a difference. Like, either we're going to stay and watch or we're just going to go. So Shannon's going to keep it to herself. And just kind of contemplate while they're driving because they got 20 miles to go. So she's trying to figure out if there's something that she can say about it or if it's just general thoughts. But she will say I have something I want to say before they arrive, but I'll let other people, do something if they need to.
Okay. So as the car trip, the first road trip of the kids of Garrett proceeds north, is there anything you guys want to do in preparation? And then, of course, Shannon, you have your say before your actual arrival.
I think the only thing Mitch is talking about is, because Jerry is Plan C for cool, is that okay? So if we can't get Jerry to laser finger the construction vehicles, there's a bag full of my tools in the trunk. And all you gotta do is take one of the wrenches or take anything metal, and you touch both leads on the battery, and it will make a short circuit. And after a while, it'll explode. But you have to find a way to keep it there, because if the truck comes to life and shakes it off, then it's not gonna work. So if you connect it, it'll blow up. But you have to get out of there quick because it's full of acid or something, and it will explode and you'll die. So that's how we can get rid of the trucks.
You think a car battery is going to destroy?
I mean, I don't even know if they run on power because they were the only things moving when we lost power in the whole town. So I don't know. I know that the robots in the forests, they worked on power because I smashed it open and made it stop moving. So maybe some of them work on power. And I know that water doesn't work on them because we tried to put water on them. But then Mr. Derry had a stripped cable and he zapped the water and that stopped them. So maybe electricity does stop them.
But it was water and electricity, not just electricity.
Right. Well, I don't know what's on the construction site. Maybe there's water too.
Well, then maybe that should be our main objective, is to find water in some way. Okay, so before we left, I don't really know what I saw, but your dad was maybe torturing Sam and Veronica. Yes, they're there together right now, just letting you know. With some kind of electric wand thing. I don't know.
Like what? Like he beat them?
No, zapped them, sort of, with a wand thing.
We're on the road, right?
Oh yeah, no, we were
okay.
Way past the halfway point.
Okay, yeah.
I didn't say anything because I wasn't even sure if it was relevant, but I figure if there's another weapon that we have to deal with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, no, it's pretty relevant.
Well, not really. You guys know that he's the bad guy, so it's
yeah, whatever. Just keep fucking going.
I mean, we're still going. I'm not turning the car around.
Yep.
Either way.
Yep. Cool. We have all these facts now. Cool.
How is this anything different? It's one extra piece of information that literally makes no difference at all.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be different if it was Chris or Dutch?
No, because these people are still getting tortured. It doesn't really matter who it is, does it? I mean, I all but thought that they were dead at this point, so really... You guys need to grow up.
I'm 13. Basically an adult.
Shannon turns up the music.
Roll and investigate when Shannon turns up the music.
Everyone or just Shannon?
Just Mitch.
Oh, fuck. One success.
Okay, you don't notice anything at first, but the police does not play. What does play, however, is Casanova. So if you would cue that up on your playlist, everybody. As the music, comes around and everybody's the "You Should Grow Up" kind of rings with the same power. as the artist, you sit and Mitch, as you're sitting there looking out at the snowflakes blowing in the headlights, your eyes go down to the tape player in the car, and you see the very same one from the tower that was blocking Optimus's signal resting in the dashboard.
The same cassette?
The same cassette player.
And it's just sitting in the dashboard.
Currently playing a tape.
Shit. Like it's.
Do you say
it's,
that out loud?
I think you might. Like it's actually like the head, right? Like the actual radio head in the vehicle. It's not like a separate unit. Okay. Yeah, he's sitting there, and like as you're arguing and you turn it up, he gets drawn to that, and you hear him just say, "Shit."
What?
The car's a robot.
She like literally slams on the brakes. Like everybody just like jerks forward and then back as the car comes to a complete stop.
What the hell?
Okay. Good or bad?
Bad.
Actually, don't say. Get the out of the car. Shannon books it. As soon as you say bad, she just books it out of the car.
Mitch leans over, like in between the two seats, over to where the radio head is, and he pulls out his wrench, and he's going to try to pop the entire radio face off of this thing, the same way he did in the tower.
I'm going to give you one action here as the music is getting very quiet, and it seems as if there's like a dial station search going on, going through the speakers. So, Mitch, you are in the front seat. Shannon, you've slammed on the brakes and jumped out. You're going at it with the wrench. Go ahead, and I will allow you to roll me since you're using your wrench, which is Tinker, right?
Yeah.
I will allow you to roll a Tinker roll here because you are de-tinkering as you are trying to...
Let's see what happens here. 2 successes.
Just as the sound of something very alien starts creeping through the speaker system, you pop the tape player off of the front of the housings there on the dashboard. As it drops and kind of rattles around the floor, you see the electrical systems of the car kind of flash. Outside, Shannon, you see the headlamps dim almost to the point of going out, and they come back on, and the car remains on. It rumbled for a second, but the tape player is inert.
Shannon's got like the garden shears like up and ready to like hit the car, even though she knows it wouldn't do anything, and just looking inside, just waiting.
Yeah, since he's leaning between the 2 seats and he pops this thing off after he sees everything kind of flicker, he lunges towards, I assume, like the passenger side floor and grabs whatever he popped off. And as he's pulling himself back to the back seat, he just shouts out, "I got it! I think we're fine."
You think?
I don't know how. Yeah, I think we're fine.
With your prior investigate roll, I will let you know that when you pick it up, you feel as if it is rewinding a tape, but you can feel like a vibration coming from the player.
Okay. And did anyone else leave the vehicle or just Shannon?
No, I think as you like reached up and the radio started going weird, Jerry also bailed.
So it sounds like everyone bounced.
Yeah.
Rob's gonna lean over the back seat and watch.
Okay, creep.
Because you're in the backpack. Yeah, he reaches out of the passenger side door and like takes the radio head and jams it under the front of the rear tire, so that way when we start going again, it runs it over. And he says, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're good now, and I think if we break that, we'll definitely be good."
What if that pops the tire, dude?
Should we
totally
set it on fire, maybe, or electrocute it? Electrocute it. Test your theory.
Yeah, Wolverine it.
Oh, hey, use your powers. This perfect timing.
Now it's freaking out.
Critical importance. Crystals, copper wires, stuff. Zap it.
I
Keep
don't
it
know
together,
how this
Shannon.
works.
Well, try. Now you have an actual target.
Yeah,
Shannon's just like staring at you
He
like.
pulls it out of the under the tire and hands it to you.
yeah. Hold on to it, Mitch.
No.
Put it over there. Shannon's like pointing away from the car, just that direction.
And Jerry will like. He's seen this sort of moment. This is his moment to shine. He's seen it in all the movies. He like rolls his neck and cracks his knuckles and pulls out his stupid crystals. Kind of loses some of his gumption as he tries to focus something inside him to destroy this tape player.
Roll me a force check, Jerry.
I got one.
Everybody else roll me an investigate.
Shit.
That's like the first investigator.
Everyone succeeded except for Mitch.
Yep. Mitch, I don't know, you're irritated by Jerry's promise to pay you back for electrocution. And maybe that's, tempered your view a bit. Everybody else you see as he begins to advance on this tape player. You don't see electricity. You don't see arcs of energy. You do see one of the crystals begin to glow with a pale yellow light.
It's happening.
So what happens after it lights up?
Let him work.
Sorry, this is really weird.
I don't know.
You can do it, Jerry.
I swear this has never happened to me before.
Right. Well, okay, so think about how you felt when you saw the former sheriff and you confronted him with what happened and, the murder and your friend and all that. Can I give him an assisted roll with a lead?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. So I just roll lead right now, right? And then see how many it goes. I can't remember that long. Okay.
Okay, so you can roll again with a +1 as Shannon is, maybe she hasn't hit the right combination of what you need to do, but she has an interest in your success. And that positive aspect of it will allow you to roll it again if you'd like.
Yeah, everyone seems to be egging him on, so Jerry will.
Oh, 3.
Without that +1, actually, yeah. So let's just roll a tech because I got one die. Yeah.
Okay. So with 3 successes, the crystal in Jerry's hand that was turning that pale yellow shatters, and much like Egg Shen at the beginning of Big Trouble in Little China, electricity arcs from the palm of Jerry's hand through the air, taking currents and vaporizing stray snowflakes as it hits this tape player, and the tape player stops its rewinding. The bay opens in the front, and 4 little mini cassette tapes fly out of the compartment, and their tape seems to pull from their housing and spin and smoke as it all just begins to sit there along the interstate and blister.
Holy shit, you did it!
Whoa!
Told you.
I told you those crystals were gonna work, dude. That's why I got
Yeah,
that.
it was definitely just the crystals.
Oh, don't act like you're the one who gave him electricity, Shannon.
I don't know how to turn it off.
Get a battery. I don't know. Store it.
Yeah.
It eventually flickers out. It's a good 10 seconds after you yell that, but it eventually flickers out.
Can we go?
Yeah. That's it. That was a good one.
I'm ready.
Nice job. Nice job, Jerry.
The car should be fine, but like also don't say anything about what we're doing.
I mean, it's kind of late for that, don't you think?
Don't say anything else.
Oh, just in case there's just another one in there.
Yeah, kinda. Listen, it's a mini con. I don't know how to. Like, it could be anything.
Okay. It's fine. We're gonna go, and we're gonna. And it's gonna do the same thing again, and it's gonna be great.
Perfect.
Shotgun.
Much bigger.
Damn. Whatever, Jerry. Get in. You win it this time. For that.
As you drive the rest of the way, Shannon driving, Jerry in shotgun. No music, just the blow of the snow. You eventually find a dirt road. You follow it back. A short distance later, maybe 3/4 of a mile, you look down from about a 50-foot elevation into a tracking, curving road that leads to a small, maybe 75-yard by 75-yard compound. There sits the Mackenzie trailer. There sits Mitch's trailer. There are no signs of construction vehicles, but there sits a Volkswagen Rabbit that many of you know very well. There is a 12-foot tall barbed wire capped chain link fence, a closed chain link gate, one black SUV, and the subterranean opening.
Do we go in quiet or?
Yeah, very quiet.
Okay.
Quiet as quiet can be.
So
Can you
definitely
guys be quiet?
don't ram the car through the fence.
No, I wasn't planning on doing that anyway.
Okay. How are you planning on getting in?
Well, I'm going to scope out the edge of the fence and see if there's an opening that I can use to get us through.
Don't
Or
we have any wire
alternative.
cutters from all the tools we stole?
Dude, I got garden shears. I can probably cut through the wire.
Greg, do I have wire cutters?
Let's see. Roll me a d6.
Okay.
On a 5 or 6, you have them. On a 1, 2, 3, or 4, you don't.
What if I spend luck?
I will then make it 50-50.
Okay, cool. I will spend luck to see about this. So let's see here. /R1d6. 4.
You got a set of wire cutters. Look at that.
So when Butt says that, he's, oh, I think I might have grabbed one of those. Shannon, pop the trunk.
Okay, yeah.
And he scrambles out. Yeah, it's only 2 people back. He scrambles out of the car and lifts the trunk lid and rummages through his bag. And you see him waving one on the side of the car over the trunk.
Okay, stop. Don't draw attention, just in case. Relax.
Super stealthy.
Yes, we have to be very stealthy, so... Are you guys stealthy? Like, can you be quiet and careful and stuff? Because...
Oh, we're ninjas.
Really?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, sure.
I mean,
People tell me all the time that I'm light in the loafers, but you know.
That is not,
women
No, no.
look right through
No.
them all the time.
No.
Never mind. I'm just gonna let you have that one. Yep, okay, great.
Okay, so do you want to go around or you want me to just cut a hole? Do you want to check while I cut a hole?
Okay, let me make sure the immediate area is clear, okay?
Okay.
And then you can start cutting the stupid hole in the fence.
It's like the most important hole. Climb through it. Whatever.
Wait,
Alright.
oh yes, let's just climb through into the middle of where all the enemies are. That's a great idea.
That's right. All our friends are.
Roll me a sneak roll, Shannon, if you're going to give this, like, you're kind of giving it a perimeter check type of thing.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Oh no. I'm using my last luck.
Oh,
'Cause-
we good at sneaking. Oh.
We are. Well, Shannon should be based on statistical data, but that's okay. There we go.
Okay, so after getting the piece of gravel out of her shoe, she immediately just becomes one with the Garrett Knight. And roll me, you get right up to the fence. Roll me and investigate to see exactly what you see here, Shannon, when you do your perimeter sweep. It looks good.
It looks fantastic. This is the spot right here. We're all doomed. Oh man, I forgot how shitty D6 systems can be.
They're either awesome or you're like, wait, what? I only have a
Yep.
what and a what?
Yep. I do miss my percentile dice systems right now.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, guys, this right here is fine. Totally fine.
We're super safe. Yeah, Mitch
That
looks
was
over
5
and he goes,
minutes ago. This was totally a fine spot.
Mitch walks up and goes, all right, cool. And he takes his like little tin snips and kink, one at a time, kink, kink, and opens up like a line in the fence line and then like kind of pulls it apart. This was just a barbed wire fence, right? Not like an electric fence, Greg. I didn't just kill myself.
You're lucky it was just a link fence because you didn't check that shit out.
No.
But
I feel like,
I wish I would have made an electric fence to pay you back for Jerry.
Yeah.
That would have been the best.
listen, I asked Jerry. He
Can I
said
spend
yes.
luck?
Right. Yes, Jerry, you touch the fence and just turn it into an electric
He
fence.
just grabs it as I'm about to cut it. Oh shit.
You Jurassic Park, Mitch, as he flies back. No, yeah, it opens up no problem. You have about a 30-yard gap to the center of the space, 37-yard gap. And the very center of the compound is that kind of domed, crescent-shaped subterranean feature. In many ways, it looks like the rear bunker in Return of the Jedi as it rises up a bit and has a doorway inset in the middle of it.
Yeah, so he cuts a hole in the fence and then turns back to everyone and says, okay, listen, guys. So that was another one of Soundwave's things, and they know we're coming.
I'm sorry, what?
What did you not understand?
So what are we supposed to do if they know that we're here?
That's kind of where this conversation's going, Shannon. Try to keep up. So they know. So they know we're coming. That's why there's no lights on, and that's why there's no one out here. I bet all the people and your stupid dad and all of our friends are in the bunker. But I'm pretty sure that the moment we cross over the thing, it's going to be like those movies, and then all the headlights are going to turn on, and it's going to be all the Constructicons are going to try and kill us. So we should probably try to hide that, like put it in neutral, and then we'll push it away so that it's like in the woods or something, or just off the road so that the Constructicons don't run over here and smash it, and then we don't have a way out. But do we all stay together and just run for the bunker, or do we split and try to disable the Decepticons?
I'll go hide the car.
Okay, that took care of one
I think
thing.
I think we just need a.
Peace out, bitches. No, I'm just kidding.
Where's it going?
I think we need to run for the bunker. I don't think we have enough time to. If we get surrounded like that, I don't think it's going to work.
Okay, but then we have to worry about when we leave the bunker, if we leave the bunker, all the Constructicons.
New tasty toys. Well, that sounds weird when I say it that way. We might have new toys to play with. That sounds bad too. We might be able to handle it once we come out. We might have new devices.
Okay.
It only sounds bad because you're saying that it sounds bad, but
I don't know what you're going in there for, but like our friends and family.
Yeah, that's why we need to get in there now and not fight Decepticons on the way in. We at least get them safe so they're no longer being tortured or killed or whatever's happening to them. And then we focus on getting out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to get in there. That's where they are. They are.
right. I'm gonna go hide the car now.
Yeah.
Transform. Transform.
No, you guys need to figure out the whole transform thing with him, don't you? I'll see you in a few minutes.
Rob,
Rob.
try to like bend backwards.
Rob's still in the patches.
I think
he's gonna-
Jerry's gonna hand him a crystal.
Oh, you're gonna share your crystals with me?
I mean, it worked for me.
Well, Okay. Just gotta hold the crystal real tight and think about transforming.
Okay.
Really, really hard and passionate. He's thinking about this.
Make a lead roll for me.
Making a lead roll. All right. Okay.
You're putting all your heart into it. You're just not sure. You needed a little bit more from Optimus, you think?
Greg, I have an idea, but I don't know if Mitch would be attentive enough to Rob to notice. Can I roll something to see if Mitch would know that Rob's been trying to step up and, like, lead?
That would be an empathize, right?
Yeah, I'll take it. Empathize. You're going to need 2 successes here because Rob has not been overt with this at all.
Right, yeah, that's my feeling as well. No, a 1 success.
I will say this, though. With 1 success, you have, like, you did a double take for a second, but it's like you're now a little bit more aware of Rob. And so if something happens again, I might not have you roll 2 successes.
Gotcha.
So this is kind of like a stepping stone to see,
Okay.
notice Robbo.
Cool.
Okay, so you guys have the car stashed as best as you can, just as the motorcycle was camouflaged, so too has Shannon camouflaged or hidden off the road the LeBaron.
Mm-hmm.
There is a 37-yard run to this bunker. What are you all doing? Oh, someone roll me a D4 too, please.
2.
Fantastic. Thank you all.
Damn it.
That's 1, 2, and 3. Just want to put that out there.
Thanks.
Here's
Thanks,
hoping my friend is 4.
thanks, Meta. We definitely didn't need that.
I just wanted to remind the audience, obviously,
Yeah,
for the audience.
Sure.
Man, I'm at odds here. I think Shannon, when she gets back, did they all wait for her, or did they kind of like go ahead?
No, we waited for you.
No, we waited.
Mitch did.
Okay, so Shannon is gonna take lead. I think that she feels like, as shitty as she is towards them sometimes, because she's just frustrated and doesn't know how to solve the problems that they have, she's gonna risk going forward first. She doesn't have powers. She's seen, Jerry with powers. At least if something were to happen, maybe they have a chance to do something about it. But if they all get caught in the crossfire, like, there's not going to be a response, kind of thing. So, yeah, Shannon kind of just comes up and she's like, okay, I'm gonna sneak over there and, like, follow immediately. I'm gonna signal, like, as soon, right? Just make sure. Just wait. Just be careful, okay? And then you guys go all at once.
Have you never seen a horror movie?
What does that have to do with this?
Just run, all of us, at the same time. When one person just goes up by
sure.
themselves, that's
Then
how
we
they
all
get
run
killed.
into the same trap. That's a great idea.
Yeah. That's the best way to get out of the trap when there's more of us in it.
Strength and unity.
Or maybe they think I'm the only one here.
They heard us all in the car.
And then they don't know if
All right,
anybody
coin,
else was...
and we go with that. And he pulls out a quarter. Call it in the air, Shannon.
Heads.
Is there a flip coin option?
Roll a D2.
All right.
One is
Heads
heads.
is one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one is heads, 2 is tails.
Boom.
Shit. Fine. That's the rule.
There's rules. If we live in a society, we have rules.
Shannon, roll me a sneak if you're trying to be sneaky. If
Yeah.
not, just make your run.
Yep. This is a terrible idea. Fuck. Stupid.
Rip.
You see Shannon go out as she runs through the space. Shannon's fast. She gets to the bunker. No lights go off. No alarms sound. No construction vehicles appear.
Why did she
Like-
do it like Kronk?
What? What? Like Kronk? I have my own theme music while I'm doing it. No. No. She legitimately is trying to be a ninja. I think she's too panicked to actually legitimately be a
Naruto.
ninja, though. Oh, what was that?
Naruto, he just flashes in and out.
Okay. And we're done here. Have a good night, everybody.
That's the show.
That's it. No, she probably gets to the other side and expects something to happen, and then like turns around very slow motion style, and then like shrugs her shoulders and is like,
Is it safe?
And she like face palms as you're saying that across the way, just and motions to be quiet, and then like motions you guys over.
Anybody that's going, if you want to be sneaky, roll a sneak. If not, make your run.
Except for Rob, apparently is very, very sneaky.
Yeah, Rob, all of a sudden, Rob's just beside you, Shannon.
Oh. She like nods to you.
Okay.
Have you figured out the transforming thing yet?
No.
Okay.
You're gonna go first, right?
Yeah, of course.
Cool.
Are you okay?
Mm-hmm. Not scared at all. Nope.
Wow, that's impressive because I'm actually scared right now.
Yeah, I can tell. And Rob's just like not holding his shit together very well at all.
Well, into
All
the
right.
lion's den.
You guys all made it over there. No alarms, no lights, just a door leading into wherever.
Shannon opens the door.
Dun dun dun.
It opens and you see an iron railing and wrought iron rise and steel steps descending into a lower level.
Mhm.
About 20 steps in total, so it's got a support about halfway down, but it never bows back like a traditional staircase. It's just almost like a grand staircase that goes down and sweeps for 20 feet, 20 steps.
Cool. Yeah, she walks in and starts going down the stairs, and she kind of like whispers to whoever's the closest to her and is like, what if we're standing inside of a robot right now? She just continues walking.
For no particular reason, what's your marching order, everybody?
No particular reason at all.
Mitch is actually going to lag behind and grab Rob to make sure they're the last two in.
Oh, so Butt's not making the butt. All right. Butt's right in the middle.
Yeah, I was gonna say Jerry's probably not far behind Shannon.
Okay, so I have Shannon, Jerry, George, and then either Mitch or Rob at the end. Okay.
And once everyone has started to go down, Mitch looks to Rob and sort of like grabs him by whatever coat he's wearing, and he looks at me and goes, "Dude, we got this." And then he reaches up and takes the helmet and puts it down and hits the button that goes, and he says, "Let's go." And moves towards the stairs, leaving Rob for last.
Okay. Yeah, when he puts it down and walks past me, Rob's kind of gonna do a little shake thing. Roll out and turn around and follow him.
Okay, you all get down to the bottom area. It's very dimly lit in here. There doesn't seem to be any type of track lighting, ceiling lighting, sconces or anything. What light is coming seems to be from beneath the grating, and it's kind of reflected light. So you have a weird, almost theater light from the ground, not from midnight chair rail level or above. So you have an underlight that's kind of hitting everybody, giving that flashlight, spooky campfire type of look to a lot of you. And as you're creeping through here, you come upon it's a long hall without any type of door or any type of portal in it whatsoever, window, venting, skylight, nothing. And the further you get in, you see a octagonal room appear, and there is a pale blue light coming from this room. As you guys get to the threshold of it, you can see that there are what look to be 4 offshoots or 4 kind of chambers attached to this octagonal room, and then what looks like a waterfall of energy against another exit from this room. Investigate rolls from everyone, please.
I got 1. I think, am I the only one who got 1?
You are, and you are first. Yeah, you are first.
First, I guess.
Right. So, Meta, as Shannon creeps forward and looks into the room, you don't see anybody else in the octagon proper, but in each little chamber, you, or at least in the first one with a 1 success, you see what looks like a form curled up on the floor, the grating of one of these little dimples, these little antechambers that are off this octagon.
There's somebody inside in that room. As she points it out to Jerry, because he's the closest to her. Do you see it? Now that I pointed out to him, would he be able to notice it?
Yeah, you can definitely, as soon as she kind of points out the shadow and the shape, you can see that there's a figure lying there.
Yeah, but I don't know what's...
I mean, it could be one of the people that you've been looking for, or that I've been looking for, or it could be a trap. I mean, I don't know. Kind of looks like a prison, I guess. I'm not sure.
We should ask Mitch.
Well, look back towards Mitch, who's 2 people behind from where Shannon is, and motions to him to come closer so she's not yelling.
Yeah, he walks past Butts and walks over. What?
And she points to the corner where that area is, and she's like, "There's somebody laying down right there, but I can't tell who it is."
Mitch, as she points it out, and as soon as you look, you see your mom.
Can I get to the room?
Yeah, you can walk right into it.
Okay. Yeah, I think he takes a few steps forward, like he's going to walk in, and then continuing walking towards the room, he just kind of looks back and says, "That's my mom, guys." And he just keeps going, slowly walking towards the room.
As soon as you enter the octagon, which has these little cells, if you will, kind of pimpled off of it, you are bathed in the blue glow that's coming from this energy waterfall off to the left. The closer you get, the closer you can see that your mom is in one of these cells. There's no door. There's not even anything to kind of really differentiate this other than just the architecture of having it be a separate 3-walled space. And in the one right beside her, you see May, Ping's daughter, lying there. And Rob, as you get closer, you would be able to see May as well.
Can we get these guys out of here?
Hold on. Stop. Don't. What if it's a one-way thing? You go in, but you don't come out, kind of. Just give it a second. What about the other rooms?
The other rooms 1, 2, and 3 are empty.
Done.
There's also a stack of 3 corpses now.
Well, shit.
That's something I would do. Sorry. Not sorry. Give me that coin. She grabs the coin from earlier and tosses it into one of the cells.
Which one? Mitch's mom or May?
Mitch's mom.
It tinkles around her, and you see Mitch. You see your mom shift, and her eyes begin to flutter as she looks up. Mitch,
Mom? Can you get out of there?
where am I?
Dude, I don't know. How did you get here?
I don't know. Where's everybody else?
Shannon's like on the lookout, mega paranoid, watching every single corner.
Okay. As you are all there, about halfway down the tunnel that you all approached from, a waterfall of blue energy erupts and seals off the tunnel.
Unsurprising.
George, roll me and investigate.
Favorite. 1 success.
There we go. George, you are looking around, and through the waterfall that was originally in the room, not back towards the hallway, you look in and you see what looks like a control panel, and you see your father's jacket. It looks like an office behind this blue waterfall. And the closer you get, you hear a voice say, "Identity confirmed. Director Butts, you may enter." And you see the wave flicker a bit.
He like looks behind him and he goes in.
You pass through the energy field and it becomes solid behind you. In front of you, you see several controls, and the rest of you see him walk through what looks like a wave of water, only it's energy. And you actually see it drop in rivulets across his cheeks as he passes through it, just as you would the front of a waterfall to the rear. And George, as you get on the opposite side, you see, using your investigate, there are several very basic controls. One of them looks like it opens the tunnel that has the hallway, the waterfall in the hallway. There are also several long, they almost look like cones that you would use to direct a plane into an air terminal. They are blue and red and green, and they're about 2.5 feet in length. But when you look at them, you can tell that they're more cattle prod than anything else. Definite a weapon of some sorts. But you have the ability to turn off this switch. However, you notice that there doesn't seem to be, as you approach the blue waterfall on your side, it doesn't flicker anymore. It stays solid.
Even as okay, so 1, how many cattle prods are there?
You see 2.
2? Okay. So I definitely want to grab those. But you're saying even if I get close to that waterfall again, it doesn't flicker?
It does not.
Is there any way, if this is a 1 entrance room that we can tell, that I can tell, right? The investigate I have.
There's a door in the back.
Door in the back. Can I hear the guys on the other side of the waterfall?
Yep, as if there is no waterfall between you.
Okay.
But you all saw him go in there, and you can still see him. He's just outlined in blue. But he is on the other side of the energy field.
Hey guys, there's a basic control panel here. Looks like I could turn off the waterfall in the tunnel, right? And then I found 2 looks like cattle prod weapons, but I can't get back through this waterfall right in front of here.
What do you mean you can't
Can
get
I
back through?
see it when he talks about it? Can I see anything in that room, or is it just his outline?
No, you can see, it's like looking through water, though. Anything close is easy to see. The farther back, it's almost like it gets a depth to it and a shadow to it. If he points something out, like there's a control panel, you can see like the geography or the geometry of the control panel.
So I'd be able to recognize the cattle prod like things from the video thing.
Yeah, he's holding them, so you would definitely be.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd be like that's the thing that I saw being used in the video, the surveillance link.
Well, I'm definitely taking them with me. There's a door on the other side. Do you guys want me to open up the tunnel?
Mitch, can you get your mom out?
I mean, I think so. And he walks in to where his mom is and starts to like help her off the floor.
Rob's gonna be behind him trying to grab May.
Okay. May comes to and she looks up. Rob? Where am I?
Gannon.
What?
It's complicated. Just come with us. We'll explain later.
Roll a lead.
Okay.
She looks and doesn't ask any more questions, but just nods. And she allows you to kind of pull her up as her legs are still weak, and she puts an arm around Rob's shoulders, the offered shoulders. And Rob, as you turn and begin to move back in the way that you've come, whether it's a residual echo in your helmet or in your own head, you hear, "Transform." And she's free, and Mitch's mom is free. George, however, is not.
George, what the hell?
Guys, I have to go through this door. That's my path.
Oh my God. I mean, it's not like we can do anything really from this end. So yeah.
Yep. I also take my dad's jacket. My dad's jacket.
Okay.
You're gonna keep
So,
one of those prods, right?
Taking both of them with me.
Oh, I figured you'd.
I can't. How am I going to get it to you?
Does it go through the wall, Greg?
No, nothing goes through the wall.
Cool.
It has a solid feel to it now.
Okay. Then he looks at you and goes, "Then hide one." And he like points like your ass, like the back of your shirt.
And the jacket. That's going to help conceal it all too. Yeah.
That way, if one gets taken, bam.
Surprise. Yeah, exactly.
So Hollywood.
You're like, you gotta
He hides one in his sleeve. It's like 2 feet long, and it's just not working at all.
Like that priest from Hot Fuzz is like, "Damn."
Yeah.
you got one taped to your back like John McClane.
Exactly.
So Mitch, not being the biggest fan of butts, looks to him and says, all right, man. Good luck."
Thanks, man. You two guys too.
And then he turns towards the now opened walkway.
So as the group retraces its steps, George, you watch your friends take their 2 of the loved ones out and through the tunnel, disappearing behind. Who's the last person through the tunnel? Who would be the last person that George would see?
Shannon. Unless somebody else stayed behind, but Shannon would wait for everybody to go, make sure they weren't being followed.
I think Jerry, before he left anyway, would just be like, "If anybody's gonna kill you, it's gonna be me. Don't forget that."
Yeah, okay, Jer Bear.
And as Jerry would leave, Shannon, you would turn, and outlined in blue, with this blue force all around him, you see George as he's waiting by the door.
So hopefully that door leads to where we're going, and we'll see in a few seconds. But if we don't, I hope you find your dad, and I hope you convince him to not be a jerk anymore, and then also that you come back in like one piece or something, preferably.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to lose, so I think I'll come back.
Uh-huh. Who says that? I'm not supposed to lose.
You know, sometimes you're just born with it, you know?
Right. I don't know, but I'm starting to understand.
I'll see you soon.
Fucking butts.
Okay.
And Shannon disappears up the tunnel. But we're going to stick with George, as George, you are able to basically see your friends out on the closed cameras as they retreat and go back up onto the surface. You can watch them all the way through to when they quit the fencing if you'd want. There aren't any construction vehicles or traps waiting for them. But for you, there is a door leading from this room, and that's what's waiting for you, George.
Yeah, I think George has a feeling like this isn't going to go super quick. He's not like just going to pop outside. So he waits to make sure they all get in the car and all that and see if that they drive off.
You can track them to the fence line.
Okay.
And then
I'll
beyond
at
that,
least wait for that part.
Yeah.
All right. And I open the door.
You walk out and there's still that kind of hard construction iron, that very Spartan type of architecture that you've kind of catwalk-esque as you walk up. And there is even a wind in this larger area. And it doesn't take you long to realize that you are in an observable portion of the accelerator. There is a vast dome, like a tube that extends below you. You are suspended. You can't even see the bottom, but you would guess it is at least 150 feet. And you do see a sign that says exit that is pointing maybe about 20 feet down in the direction of the catwalk. And as you begin to move across the catwalk and the door closes behind you, from the far side of this catwalk, you hear, "Hey, boy, you practicing those marbles?"
Yeah, Dad, I'm getting pretty good at it.
You see your father, Gene Butts, step from the shadows, a door behind him, the door that leads and says exit. In his hand is one of the batons similar to the two that you carry. Only when he stands and looks, cocks his head in a way that you've seen and thought of as being benign for your whole life, it now seems sinister. And as he turns and you hear the give of a vertebrae in whatever this thing's neck is, the thing in his hand erupts into a red light as he powers on whatever this baton is, and it fires up as he begins to walk toward you.
I assume there's a similar button or activator on mine.
There is.
I don't think I need to hide one. I think he pulls both of them out and he activates both of them.
A blue and a green emitter comes out of this baton as you are standing there holding in your left hand a blue energy weapon and in your right a green energy weapon, as your father approaches you wielding his own. What are you going to do, George?
I don't think George makes the first move. I think he approaches him. He closes the distance a little bit and sees what the reaction is of his father.
He begins to close, and the person that you have dubbed Megatron gets closer and closer. And everybody, because why not when you're on a catwalk suspended 100 plus feet in the air, fighting with, lightsabers, and you're fighting your father. You, by God, if there was ever a time for theme music, now is that time. So please cue up some Bon Jovi. You Give Love a Bad Name, as his red sword goes above his head, sparks coming off of it as he brings it down. George, the first move has been made. What will you do?
I cross him and block it, right? You have to. And then from there, I try to sweep and cut his guts up, and then we just start sparring.
So without the need for a roll, as the X goes and catches the red blade, for a moment, father and son are 18 to 24 inches apart, their faces bathed in a red, blue, green, purple mixture of light as sparks and crackles go off the weapons. And that is where we're going to end this episode of Atari Twilight.
I should have seen this coming. I don't know why I didn't see this coming way sooner.
Dude, none of us saw this coming. That was dope.
Final countdown. Duel of the Fates just start playing.
Oh man,
You hear Rob in the background.
that was some good shit, guys. Wow. Okay, cool. Let's do our introductions. Get your thoughts on this episode. Here's some news that's gonna make everyone sad. And let's get the hell out of here. We'll do you last. Actually, we'll start with Greg. Greg, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of episode 10?
Oh, I love this one. I love how we talked about it before, but Shannon just took over. She drove, she stole the car, she led into the facility. I loved it. It was just, and it was the most natural deference of leadership. This group just went, all right, perfectly fine with me. And I loved everything about that. I really like the exploration of the moments with Rob and the moments with Jerry as he was kind of coaxed back into his powers. But if there's ever been time that I would like some character art, I would love to have George with that perfect hair with the X of two lightsabers holding back Eugene Levy's character with a red lightsaber. That's some good shit.
I want this too.
Yeah, right? Grimjack21502 on the Twitches and the Twitters. You can find me here, there, or everywhere. But join us next week for the penultimate episode of Atari Twilight as we try to find out what the hell's been going on.
Yeah, yeah. I think we're all afraid that Shannon's going to beat us up. So, speaking of getting beaten up by Shannon, Mr. Bitters, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what do you think about this episode?
I'm Mr. Bitters. You can find me here. On this episode, yeah, there was definitely some things, some stuff, and we didn't agree. And then where the hell did Veronica go? That's Jerry's one hope.
It's true.
I'm willing to bet she was number 2.
She's super dead. Fantastic.
They did.
Meta, where can we find you? Who are you? Where can we find you? And what did you think of this episode?
Hi, I'm Metamancer, aka Shannon Locke, the asshole group, because let's be honest, I'm really the bad guy here. No, I'm just kidding.
It's true.
But you guys can find me on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Metamancer or on Twitter at @TheMetamancer, or you can find me GMing City of Mist on the Encounter Roleplay channel on Thursday nights. I'm also a writer for the City of Mist. That's my stuff. But as far as today's episode, I really liked it. As Greg has already pointed out, I play Shannon as kind of the wants to do good bully, in the sense of like, let's just get the shit done because I'm sick of it already. And it's really fun to play her. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, I want to see more of, first of all, this whole transform thing. Okay, that needs to happen. At the very end, I just want us all to all of a sudden be pieces of a massive transformer, and then like it's gonna be great. This is my imaginings of things that don't actually happen, but in my brain they will.
We're all Constructicons.
Yeah, it'll be my canon. It's fine. So yeah, no, I had a great time as always. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens.
I know only 2 episodes left.
Yeah.
Let's jump over to Frags. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of this episode?
Yeah, KW Frags. Find me here, Twitter, or in the Discord. All KW Frags. And I liked it. I liked it. I liked the episode. We did things and went places and found stuff out.
That's true. We did those.
None of that is technically untrue.
Yep.
No. And yeah, I think Rob's coming around. Rob's gonna end up transforming somehow. Apparently, I transformed earlier. I think maybe we were right. I think I am just transforming into a man.
That was the peeper issue.
Yeah. I think after this mission, Rob's gonna go home and find a lone chest hair, just waiting to be like combed.
Yuck and weird. Fantastic. With that mental imagery, Mike, please save us. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what did you think of this, your last episode?
So, yep, I'm Mike, the Anonymous Rhino, at BaloneySlap on Twitter. This is my last episode. I am just going to Germany, so it's going to be really hard to make it for the rest of it. I fucking love this episode. I can't help but love it because it's fucking Star Wars at the end. I'm Luke with fucking 2 lightsabers. Come on, what's not to like about this episode?
It's true. I did not expect that outcome. I didn't know how Greg was going to wrap.
So much longer because my dad's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
I have no idea how long Greg was setting that up, and I had no idea how he was going to make an outro for you. And then as soon as it happened on either side, I was like, "Oh no, it's a thing!" And there's the red one came on. I was like, "Oh
Yeah,
no!"
I'm having a peeper issue of my own right now, guys.
God damn it! Okay, perfect, great.
I'm just gonna leave now. I'm just throwing in just
yeah. And on that lovely note, guys, if you'd like to check out our sponsor. Go check out the Dice of Rolling. Use coupon code UMG. Save yourself $1. And if you'd like to get the folks you see here, the wonderful actors and actresses and voice actors and role players and whatever, paid, go check out our Patreon. That's our whole goal. We're trying to pay the people who put in the time and effort to make some amazing content for us. Go check that out and give them all of your love. That being said, we're going to spread the love over to the Greyhawk channel where they're currently playing some Dungeons and or Dragons. So let's go hit them with that raid. Oops, that's not how you do that. Let's hit them with that raid. Oh god, why is this my day? I just came back from a con, guys. I'm a little slow. That's my excuse. And with that,
it's mostly because he's thinking about the peeper problem.
I am thinking about the peeper.
Really,
It's completely distracted me with the peeper issue. That being said, let's get the hell out of here. From all of us to you guys. Bye bye.